Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Benevolent by B, also known as the Lazy Snub on YouTube. Welcome back here. If you are new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you guys never miss a beat. I will occasionally go live, and I will also make sure that I'm doing weekly uploads for you guys with all kind of content on how you can expand your self-care, your self-love, and also just discover yourself. So I'm really excited for you guys to be a part of the journey. I have a Facebook group called Self-Care, Skincare, and Self-Love, as well as my Instagram. I'm also on Clubhouse. I do weekly and sometimes daily rooms on all kind of topics pertaining to the things that I'm passionate about. You could also shop self-care. I have vegan and cruelty-free skincare products that can be a part of your lovely self-care routine. You can also join my mailing list for weekly emails on affirmations, things you can do to ground yourself, and all kind of other topics and resources. Down in the description box, you will also find my Amazon favorites for some of my self-care favorite things that I like to do to indulge and pamper myself. You can also find a self-care playlist personally curated by me for you guys to listen to on your self-care Sunday. And most importantly, I have a resource where you can find and connect with a therapist in your local area. I'm a big proponent of therapy, and I believe it is the most valuable asset that you can add to your self-care regimen. So with that being said, you guys are about to watch a pre-recorded live that I did in the Facebook group for my new members. We're at over 1,000 now, and I'm really excited about it, and I'm happy that all of you guys are buying in and joining in with me on this journey. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the video. So today I'm going to be talking about the truth on solo traveling, and I'm going to share a little bit of my experience with me going out of the country to Aruba and just some things that I came to realize. And this isn't going to be a super long video just because I obviously want to spend some time by myself as well, and then I'm also going to be hosting a room tonight on Clubhouse, so I hope that you guys will be able to be there. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this out of the way. You can find me on Clubhouse at Benevolent B, If you do not have an invite, inbox me. I might have some extra ones. So yeah, I would love for you guys to join in on the conversation tonight in the room that I will be hosting alongside some lovely and gorgeous mods. Shout out to people on Clubhouse. And then you can also find me on Instagram at Benevolent by B, on YouTube, Benevolent by B, and then of course Facebook. Most of you guys are currently in the group that are watching this live video. Self-care, skincare, and self-love. So thank you so much for being here tonight. We're gonna go ahead and get started with the topic. So I just came back literally yesterday evening from the lovely country of Aruba, and I had an amazing time. I cannot wait to compile my vlog together for you guys. I got some beautiful footage. It was so nice to be out there by myself, but I definitely need to share with you guys my feelings on solo traveling. So I booked this trip probably back in August, and the reason why I booked it was because I wanted to do this by myself. I wanted to go somewhere to another country, have an experience kind of like a local. I didn't really want to stay on a resort, but I knew I wanted to just full on live as a local for like, you know, at least a few days. So I initially booked this kind of by myself, and I had no issues, no qualms with doing this back then. This was probably like August, let's say July, August. And so when I booked it, I had a lot of Delta airline credit. From a long story, I had a lot of Delta airline credit left over, so I decided to book the flight to Aruba, and everything worked out, right? I was able to get a straight flight from Atlanta straight to Aruba, and it was just wonderful. Everything was lining up, and I was able to find this really cute Airbnb. I will make sure to link all of this stuff in the vlog video so you guys can see it. But I was able to stay at this really adorable Airbnb. The host was amazing. It was almost like having her, like she was almost like a mom. She was dropping me off places and stuff like that. She was amazing. But I initially booked this to do this by myself. I didn't want to have to wait on friends to kind of get their money together. I just wanted to do this by myself. So that was initially. The day before, so I made plans to travel January 2nd and come back January 5th, yesterday. So it was January 1st, New Year's morning. I woke up and I was like, oh shoot, like I'm literally going to Aruba like tomorrow. And this will be my first time traveling by myself out of the country. So yeah, some tips. Make sure to get your cash beforehand or else you will get got, because I definitely got a lot of times because I did not have money on hand. I feel like that's kind of common sense, but I'm learning these things as we go, people, okay? So I know better now. I'm going to do better next time. And I wasn't reliant on having another person there to kind of say, hey, you know, we need to get this, we need to get that. Like, it was like, I kind of had to remember that. So when you guys are solo traveling, just get your US cash beforehand. Preferably have the local dollars. In Aruba, it's florin. And the exchange rate, I think, is 54 cents to $1. But the first night I did not know that. So I'm pretty sure I got a couple times. People got really, really, really nice tips. Let's just say that. So when you're traveling during a pandemic to the country of Aruba, 3 days beforehand, you have to take a COVID test. And you can take a viral nose swab that's accessible. So luckily for me, I took mine 4 days beforehand, so they were not able to take my test, but it was no worries because when I got there, I had to pay $75 for them to stick, you know, the Q-tip up my nose and down my throat and all that stuff. But you have to download this app called My Aruba Health, and on the My Aruba Health app, like, they have it to where your test results are going to be linked. So I was able, hey guys, how's it going? Oh, no, it was all fine. I'm going to share with you guys my observance from a self-love and self-care perspective. I'm going to try to keep this very, very brief. But I basically downloaded the app and I would get my results hopefully within 24 hours, but I had to self-quarantine in my Airbnb, and then I had to order food for the night. So I wasn't allowed to go out. I wasn't allowed to touch the beast, not smell it, nothing. I had to go straight to the room, and I just ordered something that would make me happy. So I got some sushi, because I can literally be in any country, anywhere in the world, and I will always be in the mood for sushi. So I ordered some sushi, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna chill. Luckily, the Airbnb had like a community pool, so I sat outside during sunset, and I just ate my sushi outside. It was wonderful. It was fine. So I would say one thing I observed is you could be in literal paradise, and people around you will try to make you complain or like just bring you down. I was just so happy to be there. I was happy to be out of the States. I was grateful to just be in another country by myself and finally doing this trip. And there was this man who was in front of me who also had to get his COVID testing. And he was just like, man, this is crappy. This sucks. Their organization skills are so bad. And I'm just like, dude, we're literally in paradise. Like, can you imagine a better place to be quarantined? Like, even if I have to go stay in my room for 24 hours, like, why would I sit here and complain? You know, I'm over here, I'm just happy. Like, I'm vibing high. Don't try to bring me down. So he was kind of complaining about the money that he had to pay out of pocket, stuff like that. But, you know, one thing I observed is like, you have to be really, really, really careful, like, with people around you just wanting to bring you down. So I'm like, I didn't allow that to happen. The old me probably would have engaged so that I wouldn't be rude, but I just kind of looked at him and I was like, like, what are we gonna do? Like, let's just make the most out of it. And all I could do was laugh. And yeah, so when I got back to the room, everything was all good. I had my sushi. They were able to find me really easily, so I was grateful for that. I had really, really amazing sushi, but I didn't even eat all of it. Like, my eyes are always bigger than my stomach. The only thing I wish I was able to get was at least like a bottle of wine. It would have been nice to be quarantined with a bottle of wine, but we made it through. That night, it was so weird because I'm so used to constantly having stimulation and people around me. So of course I was on social media. Yes, I did pay for like unlimited Wi-Fi and all that stuff. But yeah, I realized that night I was really anxious because I was by myself for the first time in a really long time. And I was thinking like, well, you know, I'm doing this on my own. Like, I have to be okay with being alone. But it would have been so nice to have someone special there to share it with, even if it was like girlfriends or a significant other. I realized that Yes, I'm grounded in loving myself. I'm grounded in caring for myself, and I love myself first, but it's always nice to have people around me, you know? So when I was there, one thing I will say, I was afforded the opportunity to meet so many awesome people, and because I was alone, I had an opportunity to maybe benefit a little bit more being by myself. You know, I was able to run into this couple. They were so nice. They owned like this bar downtown Aruba. So they picked me up and stuff, and they were like, "Hey, come out with us, you know, to our bar. You know, we're the owners." And I just hung out with them that night. Had a cigar for the first time in my life. It was so much fun. But you know, I don't know if I would have had that opportunity if I was with someone else, because they may have felt uncomfortable. But yeah, traveling solo, like, you definitely are going to be out of your comfort zone unless you've done this before and you know you're cool with it. For me, it was out of my comfort zone because I'm so used to being reliant on other people. I leaving was interesting as well. I guess we'll get to that. But the beaches were wonderful. People were so sweet. The only thing I wish I would have had time to do was explore the island. So if you guys are going to Aruba, make sure to get your COVID test 3 days before. Also, try to rent a car because it just makes more sense. I spent a lot of money on taxis, but I felt like that was safer for me to do than drive because I wasn't comfortable driving in another country. But honestly, it's almost very similar to US, very, very similar. So I would suggest getting a car so you have the freedom to just explore the island. I definitely would have stayed longer. And then the other thing is, do not try to take seashells, rocks, coral, anything back on your carry-on bag, okay? Because I accidentally had a seashell in my bag, y'all, and I was fined $50 USD for this little tiny seashell, and I didn't see the sign because they didn't have signs or anything explicitly out there. But if I would have known, I would have thrown that seashell right back. But I thought it was so cute, and I just wanted to take it home. So don't do that. I guess I should have had more respect for the island. I will know that for next time. Do not try to take back anything from the ocean. It belongs to the ocean. I learned my lesson. But yeah, other than that, I had a fabulous time. I would definitely do it again, but with a place like that, I would have loved to have enjoyed that with a good friend, or you know, my son, or just someone. It's really, really nice to have people around. But I was afforded the opportunity to meet amazing people. I cannot wait to get this vlog together. It will be my first like travel vlog ever. But yeah, it was definitely a self-care trip. I learned a lot of things about myself. I think traveling alone, I realized how much I value having people in my life that I care about experiencing things with me. So yeah, it was nice to be able to share so much on my story with you guys, because I shared a lot of stuff on my Instagram story. I'm sure I was getting so many messages. People were like, "Girl, I'm living vicariously through you," and I'm just, you know, so happy to see that you're doing this on your own. I got so many positive remarks, so I would probably do it again. But my next trip I want to do with some girlfriends, or you know, someone special. So yeah, that is all for that. But I'm going to wrap up for the YouTube portion. And yeah, I'm going to spend the rest of the night talking with the ladies in the group. So if you guys aren't a part of the group, you can request. The link is in the description box. The name of the group on Facebook is Self-Care, Skincare, Self-Love. So I'll be looking forward to having more conversations with you guys there.